Shut up and sit down.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 18 of the STS Guys. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Scott.
Hey, it's Larry.
And this over here is Nate in spirit.
And Leo in spirit.
And Leo in spirit.
We miss you guys.
Yeah.
We miss you. We love you. It's Christmas time.
Yeah. Holidays and Christmas and trying to record things don't always mix.
Yeah. I'm thinking of baby, it's cold outside, but picturing Nate and Leo.
I really can't stay.
Baby, it's cold outside. The answer is no. It's a very rapey song if you actually think about it.
It is like a semi-rapey one. But again...
Was it Harvey Weinstein's theme song for the holidays?
It might have been, but then again, too,
burn.
if you actually listen to the song, the girl really isn't trying that hard to say no. Like, she's looking for excuses to stay.
So what you're saying is she's possibly a lady of the night.
Potentially. She's like, maybe if you pay. If she said that, maybe, he'd be like...
Maybe. that makes sense.
Right.
You know what, though? I said I would give that lady every prize in the world. Unfortunately, I don't think she entered our Super Mega Star Wars giveaway.
No, I don't think that they did.
She might have.
Maybe.
There were a lot of entries
We
on
did
that
have quite a
Super
few.
Mega Star Wars
And
prize tag
unfortunately, until
giveaway.
we pick a winner, I don't think we actually get to know who signed up for our Super Mega Star Wars giveaway.
We are officially 10 hours away from finding out who won. And as of right now, I'm pulling it up right now, we have 9,987 entries.
Ooh.
There's 13 entries away from 10,000 entries into this contest.
Now, that's not individual people, for anybody that's getting worried. I don't think anyone would actually get worried, to be honest. But that is, there's multiple entries you can have, but that still is a ton of entries to get us our winner.
Well, I said if you do everything on the list, like I said, it's like 20 entries. Like I said, if you actually follow all the steps, like I said, you can get 20 entries. So you actually have a pretty
Plus
good
those
chance.
Daily ones and go watch the videos and stuff. Like, there's some people I saw when Lane and I looked and we tried to figure out, like, can we find at least, maybe everyone from some small town or whatever. There's a couple of people that had like 50, 60 entries.
Yeah, I think somebody on Twitter or Instagram reached out and said that they had like 90 entries and they thought they were doing good, but then they realized that it was in the thousands
at that point in time, and now we're about to cross the 10K mark.
Yeah. So thanks to everybody who entered. Special thanks to everybody who's been doing those daily entries and watching our videos. So we definitely appreciate that.
And again, I am sorry to anybody who has to watch this. I think one of those is the Bandbox one that we did like last minute. So you got to listen to my dumbass try to scramble to get an unboxing out.
Scott, you're a national treasure.
I am a national treasure.
Everybody would want to listen to you.
But I'm what's the opposite of a national treasure? Like a national embarrassment, I think. Is that kind of more up to the speed?
Possibly.
Yeah, I don't think we have a national embarrassment.
Yeah, we don't have that problem. Yeah. Like I said, we
give me about a year.
We've run a semi-successful contest. So like I said, we have 10 hours left in regards to that. So by the time you listen to this, we'll already have the winner.
Yep. Then I think over the weekend, Jeremy's going to record an announcement video where we actually pick the winner so you guys can find out if you actually won.
Yeah, so probably expect that video to drop fairly soon. Like I said, you'll probably hear this podcast. Like I said, I can post a little bit before. And then I said you'll probably expect to see that entry video, so that winner announcement video shortly after that. And so what I'll do is I'll actually pull up my computer and I'll actually do a screen capture on that. So that way everyone can see kind of the process we do, and then we can kind of go through the process.
And no one will accuse us of cheating.
Yeah, it's no funny business.
No funny business. I'll throw a picture up on the Instagram too. To let you guys know when that video is ready. Or you can just subscribe to us on YouTube and turn on those notifications. If you hit that little bell, it'll tell you every time we drop a new video. And if you didn't realize, we drop a ton of new videos every week.
Yeah, I think we've been going at a pretty good clip. Like I said, it's like 3 to 5 videos a week.
Yeah, right. We're
trying to stay
for 3
pretty consistent. Yeah.
Plus the podcast. Yeah. We've done a pretty good job so far. We dropped a couple things already this week. I don't remember what they are.
Oh, well, one of them is your Geek Fuel.
Oh, yeah.
And the Red Skull, right?
Yeah, and so Nate had to say his Mezco Red Skull.
Yep, that's right.
Now it is unboxing week this week because I think we should be getting the Bandbox and Loot Crate at some point. Hopefully this week, if not early next week.
Yeah, so I think hopefully so we should drop them this week. Because I think I know with BAM specifically, what I was reading on the community is they wanted to get those boxes out before Christmas, just because there was a couple Christmas themed items in that specific box. So
They better
the purpose if it comes late.
They better hurry because today is Wednesday, December 20th. And if you don't live in Arizona, you might not get it in time.
Yeah.
there's only 4 more sleeps until Santa comes.
Oh my.
Santa.
more
I know him.
I know him.
Smiling.
Beefy. cheese.
Smiley is my favorite. Like I said, speaking of contests, though, I said even though we ran a awesome super mega Star Wars prize pack giveaway, we had a special holiday themed, a very STS Guys Christmas special. So let me kind of tell you what the plan was. The original plan was we were actually going to go with that episode today, have that rousing game of trivia, find out who our winners are, and go ahead and announce those and have that on today's podcast. But due to some appearance difficulties, I'm looking at someone.
You're looking at the empty seat next to you that has a name tag that says Leo and a name tag that says Nate.
Yes.
Oops.
The ones that aren't here.
Yes,
It's okay.
It's okay. Things happen. So what we decided to do is, I said, we're not going to keep you guys hanging in regards to announcing basically who we picked. Because I said we're going to go ahead and announce that right now.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I've got my guy.
Okay.
Or girl.
So I'm going to let you go first, Larry. Larry, you go ahead and who is your lucky boy or girl?
Well, so real quick, the premise of our idea was we're going to do a trivia contest on the Super Mega Christmas Special, and we are each kind of, rather than playing for ourselves, we're going to pick somebody to play for. If if I win the contest, my person gets an extra special prize. So that person who I have chosen, because they commented on our YouTube video, is YouTube user Hunted Becomes Hunter.
Ooh, congratulations.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites. I think he's on Instagram too. We're buds.
Awesome. Just real quick, what was his favorite Christmas movie?
His favorite Christmas movie, you know what? It doesn't say. But it's at the top. His favorite Christmas movie is A Nightmare Before Christmas. His favorite collectible item is his Garbage Pail Kids collection.
Ooh.
And we should pick him because he's new to collecting, but he loves Pops and he's passionate and he's done things for years.
Awesome.
So congrats, dude. Again, everyone we pick, they're getting a prize. It's just whoever wins the contest is going to get an extra special prize.
Yeah, and then just to remind, like I said, for those of you who we don't pick, I said all you will be entered into a random drawing to win something as well.
Yeah.
More prizes.
More
So
prizes.
we're still
Prizes
gonna-
for all.
Yeah, there are no
Or prizes
losers
for
here.
one.
There's just
So
additional.
that's like 5 people who are going to win something.
Yeah,
off
5
of this,
people
right?
are winning something no matter
Five
what.
people will win no matter what.
So I really doubt anyone's disappointed that we're not recording the Super Mega Christmas Special today. But if you are, just remember 5 people are going to win a prize really, really soon.
Yeah.
Yes. So all that will, like I said, it will drop probably right after Christmas. So I said we'll be shipping after Christmas. We'll be doing the episode after Christmas. So just to kind of let everyone know kind of what's happening, I said that will be coming. I said those will be coming
Early
right after the
January
holidays.
will those gifts come through.
Absolutely.
And there was Scott's phone.
Scott, do you have your person to pick?
I do actually.
Scott, who is your person?
so
What lucky boy or girl did
What
you
lucky
choose?
boy or girl? The lucky boy or girl I chose, or technically, I guess, going through this one, I think it's technically an other, right? Because you have, I'm picking Don the Doctor, the Time Lord.
Ooh,
Right, so-
Doc Don, what's
Yeah.
up, man?
Solid choice.
So he made me laugh. He's a Time Lord, and I know I don't watch Doctor Who that much, but I've watched enough to know you don't mess with the fucking Time Lord. So I'm going with Don the Doctor. I'm going to try to win him some shit.
What was his favorite Christmas movie?
His favorite Christmas movie was a Christmas Story.
Okay, solid choice.
It is a good
choice.
choice. Hilarious one.
I actually think I remember actually talking with him on chatting back and forth with him on one of his videos. Like I said, where we were talking about the 24-hour Christmas Story marathon, and apparently Scott is breaking the cardinal rule of not silencing his phone.
Well, no, it's first off, it's fucking Nate. About why he's not here.
Excuses.
and it's vibrated.
My special flag. All right.
So Jeremy gets to pick a person too,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, so I'm just letting my person know now. You automatically win something because I am the driver and the creator of all of our trivia games here on the STS Guys.
Well, everyone wins something, but your person is going to win something extra special too because they're not kind of in the contest at the trivia part.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So
Who you got?
I'm picking my homeboy, Brian Rainey, the Southwest Missouri game.
Our only video submission.
Exactly.
Yes, our
So,
only video submission.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're listening and you're disappointed that we didn't pick you or haven't picked you yet, dude, all you had to do is make a video and we probably would have picked you.
Yeah.
So thank you, Brian. It was a
Yeah.
great video. Thank you for the shout outs.
Hint, hint, if we ever do another contest, we love videos.
Wink, wink.
But no, Brian, I can't say enough about this guy. This guy has been truly supportive of the entire channel. I literally think he probably has more entries than anybody else because that dude is crazy on fire with sharing all of our stuff, commenting on all of our videos. Like I said, this guy's almost like superhuman. Like I honestly, so we have a team of 5 people.
And he's
And
more active than us.
And he's very active in regards to basically watching everybody's stuff, commenting on everybody's stuff. It's not just like 1 or 2 word sentences, like you know phrases. They're like full on like conversations. So
Thoughtful things.
For
so
sure.
Brian, congratulations, you're in the mix. It's time. Like I said, it's time for you to go ahead and claim this prize. So we'll list all the prizes off as far as what they're going to be. So kind of the reason why we actually had you share a piece of your collection is just kind of get to know you a little bit. We know also a lot of our community out there because I said a lot of you are content creators on YouTube as well.
We have one more though, right?
We have one more winner. We got to announce.
No,
So-
I'm still talking. I'm still talking about
all right.
Brian.
We thought you were moving on.
Scott and I were on the same exact page.
I know we have one more. I know we have one more because I said the absentee vote that is here.
I think Larry and I are making the executive decision on who that one gets to be since they're not here to share theirs.
Yeah,
gonna-
we're picking for Nate or Leo, whoever's going to fill in on the next episode.
Yeah.
You got it, Scott?
I have it. I have
Cool.
the name pulled up here.
All right, who is that lucky boy or girl?
This lucky boy or girl is Sith Lord Melanie 76 Shoemaker, which is a mouthful. But
It's not the easiest name to remember. Like, we both had
Yeah.
to bring it up our phones to
Yeah,
make sure
like-
we had it right.
so we're just gonna shorten it down. So Melanie, you are our pick number 4 for the trivia contest. So you will be
Congrats.
getting something.
Yep.
Yes.
What
awesome.
is what's Melanie's favorite Christmas movie?
Melanie's favorite Christmas movie is also A Christmas Story.
Ooh, a lot of Christmas stories out
A
there.
lot of
It's-
love for Christmas story.
It's one of the best Christmas movies to watch.
Yeah,
Like
I said, I think I think it's TBS that has like the 24-hour marathon
yeah.
where like just
Yeah.
runs it
just
nonstop.
runs on- I mean, it's the show with the fucking shoe lamp or the leg lamp for what can I say?
Shoot lamp.
They're the leg thing. It's like
the leg has a shoe on
it's
it.
fragile. It's Italian.
It's Italian.
A lot of people picked that one. I was kind of surprised that a lot of people picked Elf too. Like, I know I guess I'm just kind of surprised. It's a newer movie, but I think a lot of people have really kind of fallen in love with Will Ferrell and Elf.
It's a new classic. That's what I
New
could say.
classic.
Yeah,
Well
like,
said.
Because I don't think I could go the Christmas season without watching Elf at least once.
Yeah, it's classic. Well, then like so
It's
there's
quotable. That's what it is.
Yeah.
There's
every
a-
line.
like so then there's a couple like newer movies that are actually like fairly decent. Like honestly, like I said, I remember seeing it. Scott, me and you have worked together for like a long time.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we went and saw Four Christmases in the theater
Yeah.
for work?
Yeah.
So I'm like that was an awesome, totally work inappropriate movie.
Yeah.
But
we went that was a work sponsor thing.
yeah, it was a work sponsored thing. So strike one against it being like holiday centric, but then strike two for the adult content.
Yeah. Way more than I expected.
Oh yeah, but it was a great movie. So I think, like I said, there's a mix of modern and past holiday classics that anybody could enjoy. So those are our 4 lucky winners.
So tune in on our next podcast
Yeah.
where we will be battling out for you with our wits and knowledge of Christmas movies.
Wits and knowledge of Christmas. So
Yeah.
we had a late entry into the trivia contest in regards to what type of trivia we're gonna
Yeah,
have.
I don't think we ever announced what kind of trivia we were
We
doing.
did. Well,
we?
so we did on the actual thing. We
Oh,
announced
okay.
that we're doing Die Hard and Christmas Vacation because that is Santa's favorite thing because he was wearing the Griswold shirt.
That's
Yes.
right. Yeah.
But our late entry into the mix, we're gonna throw some Home Alone trivia in there as well.
That'll be
Nice.
kind of the deciding factor, the it factor, so to speak.
The it factor. Well, then, like I said, and then just to kind of give everyone a preview of kind of what next week's gonna hold, I'm like I said it already once today. I'm gonna drop a piece of truth on the STS Guys audience. So next time you're at a party or want to impress someone with your Home Alone knowledge, so in Home Alone, the reason why they said the parents couldn't get a hold of Kevin is because the phones didn't work.
Oh, yeah.
According to the telecom guy,
Yeah.
Ma Bell was going to take a few days to patch things up because those phone lines are a mess. Let me ask you this. How did Kevin order his cheese pizza? Boom.
Boom.
If these mics weren't $30, I'd drop them.
Yeah, these things are too expensive to drop. Yeah.
I just remembered the Super Mega Christmas special is going to have a lot of buzzers too.
Oh,
we have to
yes.
get the buzzer app back up. There's my
Oh,
go.
yeah. We gotta bring. We gotta
I
bring.
like
back
Whoa,
the
I like the
buzzers.
woohoo.
I don't remember that one.
That's almost like Die Hardy.
Maybe that was an update.
What if? Oh,
I gotta try to find a yippee ki for myself.
yeah. If you could find a yippee ki in order to do that, that'd be amazing.
You know, I do think that, to be honest, we did have a few drinks before our Halloween special, and I think pushing out the Christmas special to a point where we can have a few drinks beforehand might actually make it that much better.
I agree.
Hey, hey, Scott.
Oh, thanks, Larry.
Sending kisses your way.
All right, I'll stop.
All right, so those are kind of the updates from the channel. Like I said, we have a lot of great content coming your way in regards to some different things that are going to be happening. And
As soon as we wrap up the Christmas contest, I think we've got another contest coming soon too, right? We like to keep them rolling. We haven't decided what yet. So if there is something you'd like to see us give away that maybe we haven't, some fandom or whatever that you're into, leave us a comment somewhere, like on YouTube or on SoundCloud.
Let us know because we want to make sure that we're giving away stuff that you actually want. Just know for this. The next giveaway, it's going to be super mega. I don't know what super mega it is going to be yet,
But it's gonna be super and mega.
because that's how we do things, super mega style.
That sounds like an awful, awful sex position.
It sounds like a wonderful sex position.
We're gonna do a super mega style. I don't think I can handle that.
Me likey.
Me likey.
Oh man, I almost want to bring up the K-pop on my phone, but then I realized we'll get flagged for copyright infringement.
We went down a rabbit hole of K-pop
Yeah.
recently.
If you guys aren't familiar with the Korean band Twice, you need to go check them out. They are legit. They're on fire right now in South Korea.
We have never laughed as hard as we have in our entire lives, except as we were watching those videos.
Well, according to Scott, like I said, he loves this because, like I said, they do their chorus, and then every once in a while they'll insert, one English word like pinata.
Yep,
Pinata.
like pinata.
Good old
It's true.
English.
I was just thinking of the worst, like what's the weirdest word that they could have said?
Like, is there an English equivalent of pinata though? Because it's just a pinata.
Yeah,
is it
I
like a
don't-
bag full of candy?
Yeah, I don't think there is.
Nobody says that. Like, oh, I'm
So,
gonna hang this bag full of candy up from the
I
tree.
think I gotta go with this one this time though for the buzzer. Oh,
Technical difficulties.
you
Dud.
made me turn my phone down. That's what happened.
Oh, Scott, was that the buzzer?
No, I'm still trying to get that to work.
Let me know when it's ready.
Question is, what's that smell?
Who's number? It's number 2, guys.
Yeah.
Who does number 2 look
You know,
for?
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one in this room who's seen the Emoji Movie. But
No, I've seen it.
have you? I occasionally just walk around saying, "Who's number 2?" Or like, or
Who's
they're like, "We're
number
number 2.
two?"
We're number 2. The poo emojis are very proud of the fact that they're number 2.
They're poo.
Yeah, and they're poo.
And it's
Get it?
Patrick Stewart,
Number 2.
of all people, playing a giant pile of crap.
Yeah.
You
You need to watch the Emoji Movie.
Probably the worst.
T.J.
movie
Miller
I've
is
ever heard.
amazing.
I can guarantee you that's probably never going to happen.
Let's just say, I have a 4-year-old daughter, and it actually made her walk out of the room. She was like, I can't with this movie, and left.
Yeah,
Like-
we finished it. I've seen worse, but We're number 2.
Like when a 4-year-old rage quits a cartoon, that it is not a good cartoon.
It's no Frozen.
No.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
All right. Well. Speaking of Frozen, this is kind of
This is
a
good segue.
Where are we going?
This is kind of a segue. 2 things, and this is something I didn't even talk about because I'm curious to see if this was part of your movie experience, Larry. So apparently, like when you went and saw Coco, was there like a 20-minute quote unquote short for Frozen?
Yes, there was.
So were you part of that lucky crowd that got to experience that 20-minute short?
We were definitely the fortunate group. We went on opening night actually, and we were greeted with some trailers and then a 20-minute short of Frozen about Olaf's ventures to capture like the spirit of Christmas. Because Anna and the other girl, Elsa, don't have Christmas traditions, so Olaf goes out into the town to try to find Christmas traditions. It was painful.
It was 20 minutes.
They keep getting longer.
It's 20 minutes. It's a full-on cartoon, on TV without commercials.
Yeah. Like, you're 3 minutes shy, because I think most cartoons and stuff are 23 minutes. When they go on TV. Yeah. So you're 3 minutes shy of a legit cartoon.
It's a full-on episode.
But,
it was bad.
Yeah, because I was reading, like I said, I don't follow like Disney movies or anything else like that, because I don't have any children myself. But I just read a whole bunch of people just raging over that, because, like I said, they had their little kids that it's tough enough to get them to sit through a 2-hour movie as it is.
Yeah.
But then to add 20 minutes on of useless Frozen.
And it wasn't even good. Like it had like 4 or 5 songs. They weren't catchy. They weren't good. Like it was a good, fun short. Like who cares? But I think it was the combination of long and kind of just mediocre. Even if you love Frozen, I don't think you would have enjoyed this trailer.
And here's the problem. Like this is not a new trend. It's just getting longer. Because the last movie that was a Disney, this one was Pixar, but like a Disney Pixar movie, I took my daughter to the theaters for was The Good Dinosaur. And we had to leave that movie early because patience ran out, because there was like a 10 or 15 minute long short in front of that one.
I like the days of the good old short. Like I said, the only short that I actually even remember seeing in the theater, and like I said, we were actually talking about this movie the other day, is the short that preceded Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Sounds familiar.
It's the one where it's got the baby. It's a
cartoon.
It's the cartoon. And it's basically the cartoon of the same one that they're filming at the start of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
But that's fine. Like it's part of the movie.
Yeah, and it's like a 5-minute.
Yeah. And it's not long. It's like a Tom and Jerry quick episode. One of the.
That's where those came from, right? Like that's what they used to do on some of the movies back in the olden days. Like they would throw in a quick cartoon for the kids.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So this was something that was brought up in regards to that. So the question was did they, because they pulled that short from the movie Coco. So the director came out and said like, oh yeah, it was always the plan to go ahead and actually have that in there for a short window and then pull it out. Or like the kind of conspiracy theory, or like what people are mainly thinking is because of like who is possible, because they were nervous about the theme of Coco and like who would possibly see this. But if they tagged on Frozen on top of it, like, hey, it would drive people to go see the movie just because Frozen was so popular. But then there was such a backlash, they then end up taking it away from the actual attachment to the movie.
Normally I think that those people probably would have done that, but I'm going to go the route that was kind of not the plan was always set, like your first option, just because up until people started complaining about it, I had no idea that there was a short in front of that movie. Like,
it surprised me.
It would have been a conspiracy theory. Like I could have said like, oh, this is trying to get people to go see Coco.
Yeah.
If they were like, and you get to see this Frozen short right beforehand, but it's not mentioned anywhere until you get to the damn theater. So you already have to be there to know it's in there.
Right, so do you think they ripped it away? So kind of the second point then, do you think they ripped it away from the movie after the huge outcry of this is completely unnecessary?
Potentially. Those shorts in past Disney movies, they've pulled the shorts after a certain amount of time in the theaters. This one, Coco hasn't been out for that long for me to think that it's it is them pulling it. So maybe they did pull it early.
And what makes me think that that's true, and this is, let me just kind of share my thoughts on it. What I think is true in regards to that is that it was a Christmas themed special. It hasn't hit Christmas yet, so I think they removed it prematurely.
So I will say that I have one argument against the spontaneous pulling. I think it might have been planned because it did air on ABC on December 14th. So they showed it on TV. So maybe the plan was have it in theaters for a little bit, and then we're going to show it on TV.
And then pull it from the theaters.
Yeah, right. Why keep showing it when we're just going to have it on ABC?
It's already out there now.
Disney owns everything.
Disney owns everything.
They own ABC. They own they own
ESPN.
ESPN.
Fox.
Whoa! You're dropping something else there? What's going on with that?
I think that's you're talking about
Not
that?
Exactly breaking news.
Yeah, dude, it's been like a week
secret.
now.
Yeah.
But we'll say this. So
I want to go around. I want to get your individual thoughts on it. And so Scott, let me know your thoughts first.
So I'm really happy that if they buy out Fox Studios, now they're only buying the movie studio and TV studio aspect of it, right? Like the TV, but like Fox News, sports.
There's regulatory stuff with the sports and the news. So that's why they get left on the table.
There. So that's kind of cool to me that it's just kind of merging two big powerhouse studios, and we can finally get some of the quality that Disney's putting to kind of push towards maybe some of those more rated R movies. I mean, Fox has the Aliens franchise, for God's sake. So you potentially have that continuing with maybe a better backing. So I'm happy with it, and plus all my Marvel characters and the X-Men get to come back to the MCU at some point now.
Yeah, how is that not?
We get mutants again. Like, what?
Yeah, how is that not like the number one?
Yeah.
I don't care about anything else necessarily. It's just really good news as a Marvel fan that all that can kind of get mixed together.
No, it's something that I think that we we need to continue on. Larry, let me know your thoughts specifically on this merger.
So I am obviously excited about the possibility of the Marvel characters that Fox owned being part of the MCU, right? Fantastic Four, X-Men.
Yeah.
Scott's mentioned some of them. So super awesome. That's great. Like, I don't know. There's little things too, like Star Wars. Like that first Star Wars film is still owned by Fox. Grand scheme of things, who really cares, right? But maybe they can release some kind of cool Blu-ray or something now.
The original copies.
Yeah.
Well, it's the original cuts, the non-special edited.
Yeah.
Because you know what?
Open those back up.
No, because you know what? Disney's magical. Kind of like me. You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to use my magical STS Guys powers to bring in, like I said, a fourth member of the crew.
powers.
Only on the weekends.
Scott's getting personal.
Whoa! See, I just
look who's here.
It's Nate.
I'm back.
Hey,
Whoa, Nate. How's it going, man?
He
I
materialized.
missed you guys so much.
You did. It's okay. We missed you too. I can't wait for you to hear the first half hour of this.
Yeah, we did choose your winner for you.
Awesome.
So unfortunately, you get no say.
It's okay. I trust your guys' judgment.
Well, I'm good. I'm glad. So, Larry, back to you, because I just had to make my segue for my Disney magic moment.
Well done. So the Star Wars stuff is cool. Fox. That was Fox. Disney now gets like The Simpsons. I heard this might spell the end for The Simpsons. That's a little sad, but
Do you think though? Like, there's
just
still
because it's like a
money.
reset, like they might not want to keep it going.
I mean, how long has that show been on now?
Like at least 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
31.
30 years, 30
I don't
years,
see why they'd want to end that
Yeah,
because
if
they
it
still
still
have
makes
pretty
money-
good viewership. But it's a good point to bring
The only
up. I
problem
mean,
is, I was thinking about this though. You bring up The Simpsons. Don't they have that whole thing at Universal Studios?
Yes.
So what happens with the
No.
Simpsons line at Universal? Now I'm starting to
No
think about
clue.
that.
Yeah, right. So I guess this is the warning. Well, future segue. If you want to go to the Simpsons ride at Universal Studios, you
might
probably
wanna
need to do it
go, yeah.
soon because I don't think Disney's going to allow that for very long.
Yeah,
Well,
if not, they're gonna move that shit to Disneyland.
Yeah, if there's room.
Yeah. After Star Wars Land gets built, maybe they might have some space in California Adventure
and
somewhere.
they do still kind of have a comic area. I was there recently in October, and there's Captain America still around there. Hulk is still shown in a lot of that park
At Universal?
at Universal. So I don't know how they get around that. Maybe they're using the comic version and not the cinematic version.
and
Hulk
Hulk
is
is Universal.
Yeah, Hulk.
So
Yeah.
he still is. That's
yeah.
why we don't have a Hulk like solo movie, right? Is Universal doesn't want to give up the solo rights to the Hulk.
But they actually do have a Spider-Man ride, and it focuses on the animated series, though. So maybe that's their segue out of it.
Maybe, yeah. So it's not right. It's not movie Captain America. It's animated series Captain
Right, yeah.
America.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's weird. So who knows? I'm sure they're not just going to tear down the ride. Maybe Universal or whoever owns that.
Repurposes it.
Well, maybe they have to pay Disney a little bit every month.
I was just going to say, the
yeah.
smart thing would probably be just to pay Disney now some of your
Or
royalties or
maybe
whatever.
they do a trade.
Because didn't they get rid of the Back to the Future ride for the Simpsons ride?
Maybe.
Something
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Like, they got rid of
Yeah,
like
maybe.
a classic ride.
Because Back to the Future's not there anymore. So yeah, that makes sense.
Awesome. So overall, Larry, you're excited for this merger?
Yeah, I don't see why anyone really wouldn't. Like it's going to be good things, mostly Marvel related, but it's going to be awesome.
All right, Nate, I am turning to you. Let me know your thoughts.
So yeah, I'm really excited for the merger. Disney's a powerhouse. They show they have the money to invest into these characters, to invest in these movies. They've done a great job with Marvel. They're doing a good job with Star Wars. I think it's like anything else. Once a company starts acquiring a lot of assets, they pretty much own all of Marvel now. So there's the monopoly factor that sort of scares me a little bit. They don't really
But
have
I
any-
love that guy in the little top hat.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about the guy in the top hat.
he's got a monocle.
No, just
No, that is a myth. That is.
It's Mr. Peanut
Yeah,
that has
it's
the
Mr.
monocle.
Peanut that has the monocle. It's what's that called? Where basically you get something ingrained into your head like so much, like the Sinbad, like the Sinbad situation. Like there was a what's his face?
Yeah, the Sinbad movie.
Sinbad played Sinbad in.
In a like an old movie. Yeah, no.
the
Leo
genie.
loves this
Yeah.
thing. I know Leo has mentioned it a couple of times. We'll have to go back and listen. We bring it up on one of our prior episodes,
Yeah.
actually. Sorry, Nate, not to derail.
No,
Continue.
talk about a derail. We just went on a side tangent. Anyways,
I'm good at those.
no, the fact that
Among other
Marvel
things.
owns all of,
Yummy.
Disney owns all of Marvel, and they don't really have any competition as far as these movies are concerned. So
You mean you're not saying your favorite DC is not a competition to the Marvel movies?
it is. But I'm talking about a competition within themselves. So they don't really have to one up another Marvel movie because they are Marvel. So I don't see Disney doing this. I don't see them, thrown in the towel like, screw it, we don't have to try anymore. I'm just saying there's always a risk when you have a company that's acquiring a ton of assets of the same thing.
Right. Now, you bring up the monopoly thing, and one of the other big concerns that, as a fan, I don't mind, but as it goes through, is a lot of people were worried that there's only 6 major motion picture studios, right? And Fox was one of those major studios.
Right.
With them merging with Disney, that drops it down to only 5 studios. So you got we've mentioned Universal Studios. Universal's one. There's a couple more that are kind of the big guys.
Warner Brothers,
Warner
Miramax.
Brothers, yeah. So Sony, some of those big picture ones. You're reducing the number of those big picture ones. So there is a concern on that aspect, I guess, too, when you think about that.
Yeah, to that point, and I think, and let me know your guys' kind of thoughts on this. Like, I think that's my number one fear, and I was hoping one of you guys would bring it up. So I'm glad that you did, Nate, because I think Disney owning. I said I am as a fan. I'm excited to kind of see my Marvel characters come back together, but as basically a consumer of different content, it kind of makes me a little bit of afraid, just because now Disney has such a large stake in the content that I watch in regards to
A ton.
the political innuendos they can basically start to influence, because hey, you know what, like I said, call me conspiracy theorist or not, I said you can have basically a cartoon basically lean one way or the other way politically. So now you basically have everything upbringing through this entire generation of people that kind of leans one way or the other kind of politically. Then you have also kind of the other thing, because I think that's one thing that kind of makes me afraid is, like, if you look at the UK with the BBC owns and they produce every bit of content, so they're so limited and locked down to what they have. Like I said, a couple great shows, but as far as some of the other stuff that spurs that creativity, they're limited on what they can do,
Right.
just because I said it's
they have no
one
competition.
specific entity that owns that. So there's no competition. There's none of that creativity type of competition that generates good quality content.
Right. No reason to continue to push themselves because they have no one else to compete against.
Exactly.
Except the one good thing we know about Disney is the fact that they love that money.
They do.
And they're going to want to, that's going to be their competition, is trying to keep up. If, certain movies are making, 160 million, 300 million openings, they want to keep that up.
Yeah. If you think about it, just over the past year, now that we know this has happened, how many of these movies have you seen in comparison to other studios? I mean, I can't count off the top of my head, but I know I've seen more Marvel or Star Wars related movies over the past year than I've seen of anything else.
No, I 100% agree with that. And well, I said part of that, like I said, to that point, like I said, it's part of it just because it's the genres that I like. Like I said, I've seen all the DC movies in the theater. Like I said, we saw Justice League. I went and saw Wonder Woman and things like that. But there's some other stuff. I think that's where it just becomes that kind of like stop in regards to the creativity that happens, is because, like I said, there really hasn't been any like good licensed properties or good ideas that I'm like, hey man, I want to see that. Like, so for example, Universal, like, so they try to jump off and start their whole dark universe. And so I think their flaw with that though was they started off, like I said, forcing you to basically say, hey, you know what, we're building this universe. I said it started off the movie with a dark universe logo. They're forcing this on you into a movie. Like, hey, you know what? Let's who has made its money in the past? Oh, it's Tom Cruise. Let's throw Tom Cruise in a movie. Like I said, it's
forced.
It's a very, very forced. And I think that is kind of the bad kind of thing in regards to this, is because, like I said, there's not those independent thinkers. Like I said, there's that one limited viewpoint. So now, like I said, you have Disney now controlling a bigger portion of this, where I'm afraid, like I said, that might start happening with some of these other studios, where they're so siloed in their visions in regards to what people actually want to see or what they're willing to take a chance on, because everyone wants to make that $1 billion movie, and without taking a chance, because, like I said, you need to start taking chances, because so that way you can start generating new properties.
So my hope is that Disney, while it buys Fox, lets Fox take over and handle their more, like the gritty, like their non kind of, I guess, Disney-ish stuff, and leaves Fox to kind of do its own thing.
Well,
and keep going with it.
No, and I think Jeremy brings up a really good point as far as the fact that they're so set in their vision. DC's a classic example of it. They started out strong with Man of Steel. I really enjoyed that movie. But then they really tried to push the envelope by putting us straight into Batman versus Superman. A lot of people, this is a different kind of Batman. They didn't take the time to flesh out the universe.
I think
they gave us a solo Wonder Woman,
solo Batman beforehand. Like, we needed a few more solo movies before we jumped right into Justice
so they only gave us a solo of Superman and Wonder Woman, and then they rushed into Justice League, and now we all know what the end result of that was. They're trying to have their Avengers. They're trying to capitalize making those, multi-million-dollar movies, but it takes the proper planning that Marvel and Disney did. Even before Disney owned the rights to Marvel, whoever was creating those movies did an excellent job, because they all had one single vision, and then somebody brought those single visions together to create this huge universe.
Yeah. To kind of Scott's point, and this is kind of my vision, and I think this would help kind of. One, I said even if since Disney owns Fox, I said if they leave Fox, like I said, that separate Fox movie entity, but you know what, that produces all of their R-rated content. Yeah. So basically, they keep it, kind of separated from the quote unquote Disney brand, but at the same point in time, they can still basically produce, great movies in regards to, like, so having that grittier edge. Like, so for example, I know that Bob Iger came out and said, because he was specifically asked about Deadpool, does the R-rated superhero movie still have a spot now being Disney, because Disney doesn't like to produce R-rated content, and it's just kind of a known thing. And I said kind of what gave people some comfort is, like I said, Bob Iger came out and said, like, I do think that has a place, in the audience. Where that specifically is, he's like, I don't know. And that makes me hope that, they'll still keep, like I said, a Fox brand, but underneath a Disney umbrella that'll still host that content.
Got to keep it separate.
Just because, like I said, that way they can they can be safe and keep it separate, so they can keep the family-friendly image of Disney, but also at the same point in time, it still produce the content that the masses want.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with that more. That's probably my second biggest fear, is you see the success of Deadpool, you see what they were able to do with Logan, You know, those are gritty, violent, R-rated movies, but they are fantastic. They're some of the strongest movies for those characters that I think I've seen. Obviously, it's Deadpool's first movie, but geez, talk about first impressions. That was amazing.
No.
Yeah.
And if they decided to get rid of that and dumb it down, you know, because they could say, yeah, we're going to keep it R-rated, but you have to have the F word a couple of times and it's R-rated.
Yeah.
So, no, keep the violence, keep the gritty content, keep those stories.
Keep it as it is. Keep it going.
And Scott, so you made this point earlier. Like I said, there can be bridge movies in between the two universes. Like I said, and like you were saying with Deadpool specifically, Deadpool's a great bridge for connecting the Fox and the MCU, just because of some different things that were actually in the Deadpool movie, like, you know, the down
helicarrier.
Yeah, the downed helicarrier. Like I said, that they didn't specifically call it out, but I said it was specifically in the storyboards. As
a helicarrier.
Right. So
and the good thing about Deadpool as a character is, depending on the story written, that's a rated R character that can go PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like you could pull that one in to have, you know, a slight interaction, make it funny. He breaks the fourth wall, make him he's like, oh, I can't say this. It's a PG-13 movie or something. Like,
that's a good
have
good
him break
idea.
it in there, and then have him still have his rated R solo adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they gave us something really rare that we weren't expecting with Deadpool, and we got it again with Logan. And now that you've given that to fans, you know, if they try to take that away by any means,
there'll be
people
a
are going to
backlash.
revolt.
Oh yeah.
Well, and I think, and this is, and I haven't talked to you guys about this, and I think that they really just need to look at a certain industry just to kind of figure out what works. So, like I said, it's all a matter of the growing ages of the people who grew up with this content. So, for example, I said I want to compare this to video games. Video games some of them are ultra violent and crazy now, but that's what people are buying. There's so many M-rated games out there, and that's what people are buying, just because the people that are our age now, I said they grew up with the more kid-friendly games, but now they're growing of age where they want some more adult-themed content. And I think if they basically follow that, I think that the movies are also kind of following that same model, where hey, they grew up with you know, Spider-Man on TV, you know, that Spider-Man cartoon, the X-Men cartoon, but it's then morphed into like, hey, you know what? Old Man Logan, with Logan specifically, like I said, it's more violent. Or Deadpool, like I said, it brings in that more adult themed content. It's that coming of age of the audience that they're specifically targeting.
Right. Mm-hmm. Now, one thing that I kind of find interesting with this, or I had forgotten about, but it needs to be said too, is with this Fox merger, there is a side benefit that Disney has in that they just picked up their streaming platform that they've been trying to clamor for, and dropped a lot of their stuff on Netflix.
Because they own the majority stake of Hulu now.
Yeah, because Fox Studios was a majority shareholder of Hulu. So with them taking in all that revenue for everything, that gives them their platform. Plus, ABC was a stakeholder in that, which is Disney. Yeah. Which means they now have even more of a stake than Fox did. So that gives them their platform right then and there.
Yeah, and I think if they're smart about it, you know, don't change a good thing. Obviously, Hulu has its success. You know, don't change a good thing.
Inaugural.
Yeah.
We found Nate's inaugural.
Success.
Oh boy, that was embarrassing.
Anyways, excess or success?
So don't change what Hulu is, but, you know, start adding your own branded content to it. So, hey, we're still going to provide you everything that Hulu had, but now we're going to start adding a little extra.
Like,
and
here's all your Disney movies.
Right, here's some
Hulu,
extra Disney
powered
stuff.
by Disney.
Yeah, like I said, I think I remember reading someplace. Like I said, I don't have the article in front of me, but from what I remember reading is like, so they were still planning on basically keeping the services separate. And basically having because like I said, they love their money. I said the mouse loves his money.
Disney loves money.
Of keeping the kid stuff, like so like the kid cartoons and stuff like that, on a separate service, but possibly bringing the live action Star Wars and stuff they were planning on bringing that to like a Hulu type platform.
Yeah.
And bringing their original content there for that, but still having a separate platform, you know, for like said like kids and like the animated movies and animated shorts and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys talked about this in a prior episode, but there's so much potential for TV shows for even the Star Wars universe. I mean, you could focus on individual characters, you could focus on different worlds. I mean, there's a lot that they can use, and now they have this platform I mean, the sky's the limit, really. If you're thinking about it with Disney, they're going to invest the money, I think, to make it successful.
Oh yeah.
No. Overall, like I said, I'm super excited about the merger. Like I said, my fears, I said,
They're
think
minor.
I think they're minor, substantiated but minor.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
I think that in the end, like I said, Disney is about making money, and I think if they're smart, and like I said, obviously they are smart because they've picked up Marvel Studios, they've picked up Lucasfilm, they've picked up all these additional properties that has basically made them billions of dollars. So I don't think they're going to basically rip the rug underneath just because, like I said, they're in the business to make money, and I think they have smart enough people working for them where they know how to do that effectively with some of these new properties.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree. My excitement outweighs my fear.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and I think that's kind of where I want to leave it at, just because I think, you know what, I want to live it in the moment as a fan. Like, hey, you know what, I'm excited that I'm finally gonna get to see all these characters come back to the Marvel universe. Plus, like I said, you know, some new takes on some of the different things that, you know, Disney can bring to the actual Fox warehouse.
We can finally have an actual Galactus that's not a big cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't wait until the X-Men meet the Avengers
Yeah.
officially in a movie.
Or,
how
or
awesome
the
is that
fact
gonna be?
that, you know, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver can actually be
Mutants?
and, you know, children of Magneto. Like,
Right.
Like, it's
Oh.
it'll start to make more sense, and like I said, things will start to happen. So overall, like I said, I'm super excited. I think that's all I have to kind of say about that.
I think that's all I have to say about that.
Jenny,
Sorry about your roommate's robe.
made in Disney with like peas and carrots. Fox and Disney.
Fox and Disney is like peas and carrots. But you don't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
This just took a weird side tangent. I think, hey Larry, I think you had some additional news that you wanted to talk about, right?
I am pleased to announce that in January, the STS guys are going to Hollywood.
What? We're going to Hollywood.
Road trip.
We're getting
Road
famous.
Yeah.
STS Guys road trip.
This will be our first time as like an official group leaving the state, actually moving out of kind of Arizona to go attend something.
Yeah, the furthest we've gone so far is Tucson.
Yeah. Which is like an hour away.
Yeah, it's not
It's not our comfort
no
zone.
offense to Tucson. Okay, maybe a little offense to Tucson, but it's not Hollywood.
Yeah, it's not Hollywood.
No.
So earlier this week, we got an invite to a Hollywood movie premiere. Funko is releasing their documentary, kind of the making of fun, they call it. It's all about kind of the history of Funko and about the fans and all that stuff. So Jeremy and I will be attending the red carpet premiere here in a couple weeks.
You have to announce where that premiere is actually going to be.
Oh, right.
'Cause this is awesome.
What is it? The TC now?
TCL.
TCL Chinese Theater, but whatever.
Formerly
Dude.
Grumman's
Yeah.
Chinese Theater.
Yeah,
It's
the Chinese fucking theater. It's
theater.
like where every other movie premiere that's worth anything
Yeah.
is there.
One of the pivotal historical places in Hollywood.
Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. I've never been to a movie premiere. I've been to Hollywood, but like putting all those things together, plus Funko, plus fans, like it's going to be rad.
I've
That's
seen
amazing.
the theater. I've never been into it,
No,
so
and
that's
like,
same,
awesome.
yeah.
I've seen it from the outside. I've never been in. Like I said, this is even my first time actually in the theater. So I am super excited for this incredibly, literally once in a lifetime opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be rad.
Yeah, I'm excited for you guys, and I know you guys are both diehard Funko fans, so I can't imagine the excitement that you have going into it, but I'm really happy for you. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I know it's a documentary and some people might not like it, but like I've seen the clip, right? There's a short on YouTube. They showed a different preview at Fun Days. Like some of my friends are in it, and like it's going to be cool to go hang out with them, see the movie, see them on the screen. It's got some celebrity appearances too, like Elvira and Kevin Smith are all in it.
Robert England,
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger himself.
Yeah, and there's a rumor that some or all of them might show up at the premiere too. So, yeah, man. Again, it's super stoked. It's gonna be rad.
Also, like I said, so with the movie premiere, I said we'll have to do a special unboxing because also with that movie premiere, what else do we get, Larry?
I believe our ticket includes a box of fun.
And
Oh, man.
for those of you who know about the Funko boxes of fun, they are the most amazing things and the most coveted things in the entire world. So prepare for that unboxing video to
That's gonna
happen as
be
well.
insane.
Almost guarantee there's going to be some type of exclusive item in that.
Oh yeah. So some one of a kind or can only get at the premiere thing. So that's gonna be awesome.
Yep. So we'll have all our stuff with us. We haven't figured out all the details, but I'd expect at least some type of road trip video coming real soon.
Yeah.
Do you guys know how many people were selected for this? Like, how rare is it that you get to go?
I don't know exactly how many, but
We saw the theater holds what 900, right?
I was gonna say the theater supposedly holds 900 people. So
So
I
we don't
would
know
say
how
a
many.
couple
what
hundred
tickets.
fans at the most, because I'm sure Funko and all their employees and family and again some celebrities and stuff are all going to be in
Right,
attendance.
so,
So,
yeah,
So-
maybe a few hundred people at most.
Yeah, a couple hundred out of the millions and millions of Funko fans.
there's a decent amount, man. You're right.
Yeah.
So that alone is pretty special to be again personally invited to go to the Funko premiere.
I cannot wait to see what you guys bring back from that.
No.
Yeah, I'm excited for that video.
We will have a ton of content that will drop during and after the event. So
Yeah.
be looking forward to that.
Yeah, if you're going to be in the area, we may or may not be staying at the Motel 6.
So, yay!
Just
Traveling with style.
kidding.
Like I said,
Dude, you cannot beat a Motel 6. Yes, you can beat
yeah,
the Motel
very,
6 a
yeah.
lot.
very, very easily. You can beat the Motel 6.
I think you mean you can't beat the price.
I
of
can
a
find. I
Motel
think I can
6.
find a sleeping bag on the street that beats a couple of Motel 6s.
You know what? I'm pretty sure there's a sleeping bag on the street in front of the Motel 6 right now. That
Actually,
Probably.
That's actually an extra room that they sell.
Yeah. In the Yelp picture, I think there actually is one.
there is, and that's the room that you get for the price you guys are paying.
literally there's a homeless man sleeping outside of there right now. So no, we're gonna upgrade our accommodations. I think we figured out today. But yeah, totally looking forward to it. If you guys have any Hollywood hotspots that we need to hit, Jeremy and I already
collectible shops or anything.
Yeah,
It's,
let us know. We'll go check it out, or if you're in the area and want to stop by,
Do a fan meetup, we can do that.
that would be rad. We'll be getting some chicken and waffles at Roscoe's. Got a couple other cool things planned, but yeah, it's less than a month away.
Awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
I am totally looking forward to that. I think that brings us to the end of our episode. For this week's episode 18 of the
We're
STS
finally
Guys.
legal. I just realized this.
Yes, we're an adult.
We're an
STS
adult.
We're an adult in podcast episodes.
This is the last podcast of 2017, probably too, right?
I mean,
Which-
if
well, we
count
might drop the other one.
The
Yeah,
Christmas special.
So we might drop the Christmas special before.
But that's not going to be an official episode, right? So this
Nah,
is
it
the
is.
last.
It'll still be an episode.
is episode 20.
I'm
or
counting
8,
that shit as
19?
19.
All
I don't
right,
know what.
there we go. So,
Super
yeah.
Mega Thanksgiving counted as an official
Yeah.
episode.
It did.
So,
Okay.
That's
So,
fair
so
enough,
we'll,
fair
we'll,
enough.
we'll also, we're going to count episode 19 as the last one. This is the last episode before the last episode of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
guys, get ready for the Super Mega Martin Luther King Day special.
Whoa! We're just grabbing at every official bank holiday at this point.
Just kidding. I mean, no offense to the civil rights leaders, but
Yes.
just kidding.
So
I don't know,
think
yeah.
for episode 18, that does it for this week's episode. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Scott.
It's Larry.
And I'm Nate.
All right, have a good weekend, everybody, and happy holidays.
Bye.
Bye.
Romantic, isn't it? Shut up and sit down.